guys! In this episode of Radicay, I am really excited to be reacting to V from BTS's solo debut with the so far 2 released music videos for the songs Love Me Again and Rainy Days. Yeah, I am really excited about this because if you haven't seen my recent reactions to Jimin's solo debut and August D's comeback, I've really started to fall in love with BTS once again. Because, again, if you didn't know me before, you haven't really checked out previous reactions of mine, during the period from 2019 until basically kind of like this year, I've had a little bit of a rough relationship with BTS's music because I feel like once they kind of blew up in the West, something happened to their music. I think it's mostly the corporation or company behind them that kind of started meddling too much in their music and ended up kind of toning it down to the lowest common denominator and just kind of ruined what made BTS's music BTS. The impactfulness, the creativity, the inspiredness of their music just kind of disappeared until these solo releases, which even if they weren't necessarily something that I liked, like in the case of J-Hope's solo stuff, because his style is just not really my thing, I still felt the inspiredness of that. So when Jimin, whose solo stuff seemed like they were far more closer to my tastes, ended up being so good, it just kind of blew my mind, because this is the kind of BTS that I've been missing. You know how we've all had like all these arguments and conflicts online about how BTS fell off and sold out and all that jazz because their music just hasn't been the same. And we all argue about whether it's the style of their music or the production, the way of producing the songs, and whether it's autotune or whatever. Ultimately, for me, I just feel like it was the lack of inspiredness. Because, like, sure, I might still have frustrations or things that I don't like about these solo stuff that they're releasing. Like I said, with J-Hope stuff, they're not really my style, but I can still appreciate them and feel like the songs feel like BTS because there's that inspiredness, that creativity, that, I don't know how to describe it, but BTS's soul is alive in these solo releases. So for me, it's ultimately never been about the fact that, oh, these songs were like more poppy and soft. It's that they felt like cookie cutter, mass-produced, lowest common denominator crap. Whereas these songs are not necessarily like the hard-hitting and rap-heavy style of songs that I love the most. Some are, but not all, and yet they still feel like inspired and good. I fucking loved Jimin's whole album. I ended up genuinely like really loving Suga's album far more than his second one, because this is the third one that he has done, right? And now I'm really excited to see how I'm gonna feel about this stuff. I do have a little bit of a worry that I'm not gonna be as big of a fan of these 2 songs of his and even the rest of the album, because the kind of music that he finds enjoyable the most, I feel like it's a little different from what I enjoy the most. I expect that he's gonna do more kind of ballady kind of stuff with like more slower tempo-based kind of songs where he focuses far more on singing rather than rapping. But to be honest, Jimin surprised me with his rapness in his song Set Me Free, which I love and adore that song. So maybe V is going to surprise me as well, but I have a little bit of a worry that it's probably going to be more of a J-Hope situation rather than a Suga and Jimin situation, because, like I said once again, J-Hope's thing was good, just not really my thing, so I didn't really react to it. I just kind of took a glimpse at it. Maybe I will end up reacting to it in the future, especially if this video gets a lot of views, I will. But yeah, I guess there's only one way to find out how I'm gonna feel about these 2 songs, so without further ado, let's get into the first one, Love Me Again, in 3, 2, 1. Regardless, it's just gonna be good to hear his voice again. Because I haven't heard it in years. In new music, I mean. And his voice is very unique. And especially because the last couple of years in general were like very auto-tuned. Like their music was very auto-tuned, so you couldn't even hear his voice much. So yeah, I was correct about the slowness of it. But I can still appreciate hearing his voice, man. He sounds so good. Also, did they record this in a goddamn cave? Okay. You know, to this day, I still don't understand why did people defend the overbearing autotune in BTS's music? Because like I said in the beginning of the video, we've had these conflicts online about why BTS just wasn't hitting the same way in the last couple of years, you know? And for a lot of us, it was because of the autotune. One of the reasons, anyway, was because of the autotune. And there was still, like, people defending that shit. And I don't understand why. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because can you hear how good his voice is? Can you hear how good his voice sounds in this song? Why would you defend the autotune making his voice completely unrecognizable and not like him when his voice is so unique and so good? That's personally what bothered me so much about the overuse of autotune. That all these idols under Big Hit Entertainment, or more specifically even Hype, because it applied to other groups as well, other than BTS and TXT, have these distinct voices, but they all get turned into the same thing because of the autotune. And people defended that. I don't get why. Because, like, take, for example, the American BTS songs, like the English BTS songs, like Dynamite, Butter, and, what was the final one? I don't remember it. It was, Permission to Dance. The one song out of the three that had the least amount of autotune, and in which you can actually tell the members' voices apart and you can hear the distinctness of their voices, was Butter. And that's why that one is the best out of those. In Dynamite and Permission to Dance, the members don't sound anything like themselves. The only reason why I can still kind of tell the voices apart is because BTS in general has very distinct voices. And that's the strength that they had. BTS was never a vocal focused group. They were always a group that was like very impactful and kind of performance based and kind of rap focused, but it was never vocal focused. The strength of their vocals was always their uniqueness, not their quality per se. But even then, they still sound so good. So why hide the vocals underneath autotune? Because the uniqueness of their vocals, and specifically these vocals, allows me to enjoy this song despite the fact that it's like a slowish ballad and not really my style of song, which is like something far faster paced and more energetic. I just like those kind of songs more. So despite the fact that this is a slow song, I still enjoy it because I can hear this distinct and memorable voice. It sounds so good. I don't necessarily think I would listen to this song much because it's just so slow and low energy, but I can still appreciate how good it is, you know? And yeah, because it's so slow, I'm not really interested in listening to it again. I just want to check out the next song and hopefully that's going to be more my style, but I don't really expect it to be the case. Like I said earlier, but still, I will give you a rating for this one. And in terms of a rating, it's a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 because I feel like it's a little bit repetitive with like the "I wish you could love me again" line kind of being a little repetitive, and the fact that it's in English also kind of makes it more noticeable that it's repetitive. So it's not a perfect song, but God, I love hearing his actual voice and not autotune mess, you know? That's another thing that I really liked about Jimmy and stuff. You can actually hear his very distinct voice in his solo stuff. Like, he has such a distinct voice. V has such a distinct voice. Jungkook has such a distinct voice. Everybody in BTS have these distinct voices, but basically everybody was turned into the same fucking robot in their songs in the last couple of years. Like, all uniqueness and difference was gone. Like, it took me until, like, I don't know, like the 4th or 5th comeback, for example, for TXT to actually be able to see a difference between the different voices of the TXT members. You know? Because of that stupid autotune. And I'm glad that Hype Entertainment or Big Hit Music or whatever have toned that shit down, because, God, it was so bad. But yeah, I'm going on too big of a rant for BTS stuff. I guess I cannot do a BTS related video without ranting like this, but it is what it is. Let's get into the other V song that we have so far, which is Rainy Days. Hopefully this is going to be a little bit more energetic. I'm hoping that it's going to be kind of like an emotional, energetic song like August D's Amygdala. But I'm not really expecting that it's going to turn out to be like that. I think it's going to be another kind of slowish ballad. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and find out in 3, 2, 1. Damn, he looks so good.
Rainy days, I'm thinking about you. What to say? Wish I knew how to find the way right back to
His
you.
hair looks so good.
Rainy days, like rainy days, I'm thinking about you. What to say? Wish I knew how to find the way right back to you. Rainy days, like staring at my phone like Paige, hoping for your call lately. I've been on my
Is this a song in English?
Time with you was so amazing. Haven't changed, it's still the same.
Dude, I love his voice so much.
Can we
Also, was that his dog? I'm pretty sure that's his dog, right?
What to say? Wish I knew how to find the way right back to you. On rainy days like rainy days, I'm thinking about you. What to say? Wish I knew how to find the way right back to you. On rainy days like. Remember how I used to make you laugh the most.
What the hell?
Let me make up for all the time we lost. We can start again, open all the doors.
His songs and music videos are very artistic. I kinda like that.
Yeah, I can feel your touch.
I do wish they were more my taste, but it's fine.
And I miss you. Rainy days, I'm thinking about you. What to say? Wish I knew how to find the way right back to you. On rainy days like rainy days, I'm thinking about you. What to
Yeah, we get it. You're perfect. You're so pretty. We know.
back to you. On rainy days like.
Okay, I think I'm gonna be picking out of this music video for the thumbnail of this reaction. There's definitely a lot of artistic shots in this one that I really like. Okay, so my instincts were correct. None of these two songs really ended up being particularly my style. This definitely ended up being a situation more similar to how I felt about J-Hope's solo stuff, which, again, admittedly, I haven't really watched much. I just kind of took a glimpse of it a little bit when it was released, because I was still in the stage of like, I don't want to be involved with BTS anymore because I just get mad that they're not as good as they used to be, you know? So, again, I'm open to doing a reaction to J-Hope stuff, and maybe I'll like it more once I actually sit down and react to it. So if you guys want me to do that, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Or even better, go to my Patreon or Coffee account, because I offer you the ability to demand me to do K-pop reactions over there. But yeah, getting back to this, it is very much like that situation with like the J-Hope stuff, which I can appreciate the creativity, the inspiredness, and everything, but it's just not really something that I care about too much, because it's just not really appealing to me and not really my kind of K-pop music, you know? It's not bad, for sure, but it's just not something that I find catchy or that entertaining, you know? That's why I didn't react to the last song a second time, and that's why I'm not gonna be reacting to this one a second time, because there's not really much to it. Those are very simple songs. I don't mean that in a bad way, by the way. I just mean that there's not really levels to like the song production. Like the instrumental is pretty simple and everything. And at the end of the day, that's kind of like what I can focus on. I'm not really going to be delving into the lyrics because I don't really read the lyrics as I'm watching the music videos, you know? Because I focus on how the songs sound, not what they mean. That is a secondary, because most of the time, I'm not going to be reading the lyrics as I'm listening to the song. I'm just going to be listening to the song. So if I cannot get into the vibe of the song without the lyrics, then the song has failed, you know? But yeah, maybe the lyrics are like really deep, which, cool, if that's the case. But I'm going to judge it based on just my experience of listening to them. And yeah, again, this is good, this is fine for people who are like into the more slow and mellow kind of songs like this one or the last one. I think these are great songs. I was just hoping for either something like Jimin's Set Me Free or his title track, which I forgot the name of, but I really liked his title track, or something like at the very least like August D's Amygdala, which is another song that I really liked. But instead we got these kind of like very mellow and soulful songs, which again are not bad, but I'm just not really vibing with much. It's just not really that catchy to me, you know? But it's not bad, I want to make that clear. And last one, I gave a 9 out of 10. I mean, this one, it's kind of hard to like give it anything more than that. I kind of want to, because I feel like I like the vibe of this one more than the last one, because like the last one felt like a genuinely like a ballad. This one felt like a little bit more of like an emotional, emotionally soulful song, but not necessarily a ballad, if that makes any sense. So for this one, I think I'm gonna go with a 9.2 out of 10, just to signify that it's a little bit better. And don't worry, I'm still gonna be reacting to the rest of the songs whenever they do release the album, because I'm not 100% sure when it's supposed to be being released. It says on September 8th on Wikipedia, so I guess we're gonna have to wait until then. And yeah, actually, now I'm looking at these seem like they are like pre-release stuff, because on the Wikipedia page it says singles from Layover, which is the album that this is from, and Love Me Again and Rainy Days were released now, but it says that there's another one called Slow Dancing that is going to be released on September 8th, which makes me think that Slow Dancing is maybe supposed to be the title track, especially because one of the songs in the album is Slow Dancing piano version, so there's still potential that I'm gonna really like that one. So yeah, hopefully I am gonna end up liking that one. But yeah, I am curious though, what do you guys think about these two songs? I feel like we're gonna have very different opinions, because I think most people are gonna love it. I still like it, it's just not really my taste of music, you know? But I'm still curious to read your thoughts, so comment your thoughts down below, let's have a discussion about this. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Deadpool, Corby Dead, and Colin McQueen. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me, you have continued to support me for such a long time. So I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you enjoy my stories, or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon, or to my Coffee account, or to my PayPal, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine, because you help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!